Alright, sound test. Sound test. Oh. Alright, sound test. Sound test. Oh. Alright, sound test. Alright, cool. We're good. Yeah, we are good. Okay, so this is different. Oops. Let me just change this to be like... Let me see if I can set it. Jump dash. Just do game capture. Alright, hold on. I should have set this up beforehand. This one? Why is this not working? What is happening? Is it... Hold on. What is going on? Dang it. Oh, wait. Okay. It's clicking the wrong thing. Alright, we're good. Sorry, I just had to open up my... Wait, what? I'm not live. Oh, I'm so bad at this. Alright, we're good. Never mind. So, I had to, what the heck? So, I had to open up a different browser to freaking... So I could type in my chat. Alright, so this is a different kind of stream. Different kind of stream. I've never done this before. Geometry dash stream. But I've been trying to play this level. Oops. And I thought I would start to stream my attempts. Oops. I don't think you'll be able to hear my button clicks. I'm on a controller, as you can tell. I have a noise gate and noise suppression on. If I turn it off, everything's gonna sound like crap. And this is not the hardest level in the world, so I don't really care. I don't need click verification, man. I'm just playing this for fun. I wonder if I can buffer that. This part's hard. What the heck? Out of that, I'm just bad at it. There we go. I'll probably be able to beat this. I mean, there's really not much going on here. It's mostly just memory with these cube parts. Ow! This part's kind of tricky. I'm not really good at this. Oh, that part's stupid. You could definitely die there. Well, that's not bad. That's pretty good for a practice run, especially since I literally just opened the game. Let's do it. I just thought it'd be fun to stream this for once. Oh, I'm so stupid. I also thought it'd be cool to show off my consistency with this. Maybe more so look back at it and be like, man, I used to be able to do that. Because I definitely... It's like learning a song. You forget how to play the song if you don't play it. I'm just really bad at the beginning. That's my issue. Yes, this is the level where the guy made a video and he went, "Oh my god! Stop killing me there!" Maybe I'll do that too. That transition's poop. It's a new best. The UFO part is pretty tight, but it's not particularly difficult. That jump right there is pretty difficult. That's my first time making it past the first ship. This level is definitely easier than Acropolis. But they both share a really, really stupid beginning section. That portal right there is probably the dumbest part of the whole beginning. Acropolis has something similar going on. I really can't get that timing down. I'm really not the type to rage anymore. I used to do that when I was younger. But these days I'll quit the plan before I get mad. Before I get too mad. If you're getting to the point where you're like... I just realized something actually. The circles on the gravity portals, the arrows on there, they're not aligned with the portals. They always point up and down, even if the portal's rotated. Pretty neat. I don't think you're supposed to hit that orb. As usually do. What the heck? I gotta stop hitting that orb. It's in my muscle memory. I'm gonna double check the stream's working. Um. Oh yeah, it's fine. Okay. We're good. I shouldn't be dying to that part. I don't know how long I'll play today, but I want to give it a good shot. I want to try to get past 50 today. Actually, that's probably not. I want to get past like 70. I don't know. We'll see. Probably gonna die at the end. That part is so tight. It's like a 1 in 3 I actually make it through there. Okay, so you don't have to hit that one. I think. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That ball transition is really hard. It's kind of hard to tell, like, when the... I don't know if you're supposed to hit the yellow orb. Not, like, sometimes it's different. I don't really get it. Okay, if you do hit that orb, you have to hit it early. You can't hit it late. Oh, I'm so stupid. I'm mixing up this part with other parts. There's so many fakes that you really just have to let your muscle memory do it. Don't think about it too much. Holy crap, how did I not die there? You can see though, most of these attempts are just dying to the start, and once you get past the start, consistency goes way up. I pushed it out there, but it bugged. That's a shame. I think I've only had like 2 attempts past the ship part. But everything after that's way easier. Except for the ball. What's the deal with the ball? I might need to practice the ball. Let's do it. Let's practice. I just don't know how to do it. This timing is the worst timing. This part's really not much of an issue. Oops. Unless you manage to find a way to die like that. This part, as long as you get the click pattern, you're alright. That's right, you just have to spam at the end of the top of the portal, I think. Ball portal. Okay, so you have to enter the top of the ball portal. I'm gonna try to improve my muscle memory here. You gotta play them together. Start from this wave part. Okay, it's not too bad. This is what I'm doing now. I'm trying to improve from the wave. I don't have all the parts memorized. This is tight. This part's just inconsistent. I see how you're supposed to play it, but it doesn't catch you all the time. Like, what is going on? Ah, that sucks, man. That part's so buggy. You just have to remember to jump there and you're fine. This part's just technical skill. That'd be a really sad death. Hope that doesn't happen to me. It's just a matter of the transitions. Everything between that's fine. It's all transitions. Be cool if I can get past the ball part today. Second ball I'm in. You know, for how tight that is, I'm surprised how consistent I can get through there. Because I think the first time I played this, I could hardly do it at all. I really want to like this level, but these stupid transitions make it hard. Like, it kills so many runs when it's just like a badly made part. Like, what are you doing there? Can't really reasonably control where I'm going to enter that portal with the mini wave. So stupid, man. I think the stream thumbnails. Come on a minute. Okay, never mind. The stream thumbnails. That's fine. I kind of want to change the stream info because I wonder if I can make it Geometry Dash. See if I can find any viewers. Alright, there we go. Works. There we go. Nice. Misjudged. That was higher than that. Oops. Here's a fun fact for you. All the way back in, I don't remember if it was 2015 or 2016, whenever Bright verified Bloodbath, I believe he was streaming on Twitch. I was there when he beat it. It's awesome. Okay, well I got past the boss transition. So the muscle memory is healed. I don't know. I figured out how to do it now. I don't really remember how I died, but I know it was my fault. Oops. $56. Can't tell you how long it took me to get 56 on Acropolis. I think I was 2,000 attempts in at that point. I have a bunch of clips and videos I was taking as progress. I have like 2 hours of recordings of deaths. Oops. I can't get upset. That UFO part's friggin' tough. Ah. Well, here's my place to vent to nobody. It's been a rough week, man. It's been a rough week. I've never had a week this rough in my life. I have a feeling it's gonna get tougher. I have a feeling I'm just seeing the first of it. Not sure when I share why it's been rough. Let's just say a natural disaster happened. Like, survived the natural disasters. Oh my god. But yeah, some crazy crap went down in my hometown and freaking... Oh my god, dude. That was traumatizing. The whole town came together. We helped clean up. It was amazing. But... Man, that was scary. I actually thought I was gonna die. I thought we were gonna lose the house. Didn't have power for a week, almost. Okay, that's a little exaggeration. It was like 3 days. All that on top of other crap we have going on. It's just... man. And then a freaking senile old lady tried to give my dog a treat. Who are you and why are you giving my dog food? What are you doing? Are you trying to poison my dog or something? Those are some of the issues. That's not all of it. Other issues are more personal, family issues. I'm not gonna go into. Oops. And I just been feeling like garbage. But I'm sure everybody feels like garbage all the time. I'm not special for that. All I can say is, man, things just like to hit you in the face sometimes. Come out of nowhere, you never see it coming. But you're still alive. And it's not, you know, that's not really what you want to hear in the moment. But it's true. And because of that, because that is true, it doesn't really matter all that much in the end. What matters is the future and how you approach that future. And I have a future that I want. I'm sure everybody does. I'm gonna do my best to get there. In the short term, everything feels like it takes forever. But if it's always on your mind, you're always going to be doing things that bring you a little bit closer. And before you know it, you'll have what you want. Oh, at least I got a good attempt there. I started playing this game... I feel like I need to explain this. Why am I talking to myself on a stream? Why am I streaming with no viewers? Before I get into this story, I'd say... I need to vent, man. I need to say stuff. I'm thinking about starting a journal. Because I need to get these words out, man. So much is going on. I can't just bottle this up. Anyway. I started playing this game in 2015. I don't know when I actually started, but that's like the first record I have of it. Bunch of videos on my YouTube channel from then. I was playing on my cheap Chinese tablet. And that's all I had. But this game was freaking... This game was awesome. As a tablet baby? I wasn't a baby. I was like a teenager. Early teenager. Hold on, hold on. Okay. Well, it was kind of a risk to like go there and hope the portal would save me. But yeah, having this game, I didn't actually have the full version at first. And if you look at the Google Play Store, look at how popular this game is. The free version, the like trial version, demo, has 100 times more downloads. That's crazy. There's like 500 million downloads, and that's just on the Play Store. So that's what I had at first. I think my friend showed me the game. I was like over at his house, we were playing Minecraft, and he was like bored, you know, because sometimes when you go to a friend's house, you don't really have any plans or anything to do. And like, yeah, I wanted to come over and play Minecraft, and you get bored of that. And they're like, oh, what now? So actually had two friends there, and he had his phone out, and he started playing this game. He's like, "What the heck? This game looks awesome." This is 2015, I think, and I was like 11 years old, maybe. Yeah, that sounds about right. I was turning 12 that year. So, he starts playing this game, and he sucks at it. Well, he was better than me. He was being, like, theory of everything. But he was having issues on it, and I was like, "Can I try?" And he was like, "Well, you just download it. It's free." And I was like, "Okay." And I had my tablet for some reason. That's kind of strange. I wonder if I don't know why I brought my tablet. For some reason I had my tablet. And it's really small. It's not like a full-scale thing, but I got it on there, and the rest is history. I started playing this game like crazy. I begged my mom to buy it for $5, I think it was. And eventually she did. And I got into making levels and stuff, and I was like, man, I love games with level editors. I came out of playing Trials Fusion, and that game had a really awesome level editor. It's from Xbox 360. This game genuinely might be the best level editor ever made in a game. I hate it. If you're trying to make like a level like this, it's really good. But if you're trying to make like higher quality stuff, it's kind of a mess. I guess that's with any software. But the moral of the story is there's no moral. The point of this story is that when you're like a kid and all you have is this little tablet, anything can be your favorite game. It doesn't have to be a high quality game. Because back then it really wasn't that much. But it had a level editor and it was so sick. People making crazy levels and stuff. When you're that young and you have like a little tablet and that's all you have, you don't have like a computer or anything. The little things really matter. Especially when they're free. Because you don't have money as a kid. And I think that's why Roblox is so big. But Roblox is different. Because, yes, Roblox is free. But Roblox is more like the Google Play Store than a game. Because people don't... I guess people buy Roblox. But people don't, like... buy Robux for much on Roblox other than, like, an avatar or, like, stuff to spend in a specific game that they have in mind. Oops. I think I hit that too early. Each Roblox game is like... You can be a fan of a single game on Roblox. It's like really buried and hard to find, but when you're a kid, you like that kind of stuff. When I was a kid, I play like stick fight games. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. I think about... I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just trying to speak my mind. But all Nintendo games, like NES, SNES... Dang it. Those games are so simple. Super Nintendo, not as much. You kind of get more complicated there. You get into, like, secrets and stuff. Metroid. It gets crazy. But the original Nintendo stuff, people loved it. People remember it so fondly. It was like a toy, you know? A game can be a toy. Things have changed quite a bit, haven't they? Nowadays, people live on games. It's like, it's kind of messed up. People use games in a different way. Like, I'm not playing this game like a toy. I'm turning 22. I don't play with toys. So what is this? What am I doing? I don't know. I consider this like drinking. It makes you forget about all your problems. And goes back to the fact that it's been a rough week. Because when do you want to play games? When do you want to cool off? It's a way to relax. It's like... I guess I shouldn't compare it to drinking it. Unless it's like overstimulating. This game's not really like that. Rocket League absolutely is. That game... You gotta be careful, that game. That game is just like alcohol, man. So, this has been making me think, like... I know a lot of people who play games, and I ask them, why do you play this game? Because I think it looks like stupid. And they'll say, I got nothing else to do. And that really confuses me. I'm like, what do you mean you got nothing else to do? You could like, spend time with your family. You could like, do anything else. You want to do the same thing over and over? And they don't really have much to say after that. But in the same way, I know what they mean. Even though I don't play the same games, I do still play games. I play this game. What do you do in this game? You do the same thing over and over. Not much really goes on. Sometimes you get a little bit further, sometimes you beat a level. You get excited. You can be proud of it. How do we apply that to like a Roblox game? Sometimes people play like simulators. I gotta log in. I'm a little confused there. People play... What? Hold on, what happened? What killed me? People play simulators. I'm laughing because I kind of want to say, stop killing me there! Yeah, people play simulators. It's not much different than this. It's just not trying to lie to you, you know? It's just... It's not pretending to be anything else. It's slop. It's pure slop. Dang it. And the reason I call it slop is because most simulator type games were just made for money. And you can make a game for money without being slop. Because you might have ulterior motives, like, well, I thought this game would be cool. And I would like this game, you know? Man, I'm really consistent there now. Oh, I got a weird click pattern. And it makes me think back to the tablet thing, like, you really don't need much to have fun. We're not complicated creatures, right? We like eating. We get happy when we eat food together. We make holidays for that, so we can do it more. Eating's not complicated. Planning to broadcast live in Discord? No. Is this Chinese? I don't know much Chinese. I'm trying to learn. I know Shisha. That's what I know. I know Ni Hao. I know Megor. PW. I'm trying to learn. I like to learn languages. Also, I know a lot of people are going to scream at me for this. I think China's kind of cool. Americans would be like, what are you talking about? I don't know, man. The food looks pretty good. People look pretty nice. I think I'm just a little biased. I think I like traveling. Dang it. Oh yeah, I just completely forgot to do. I don't like just rambling. I like just, you know, yapping, as they say these days. Maybe this would be like a way people look back at me when I'm gone. Maybe I'll be gone in a year. That would suck. I'm gonna get to make plush words too. You never know, man. You gotta prepare for things like that. I waited too long. I guess doing this is like a way for me to spread my mind across the world. I don't know. It's like I don't know, man. I feel like if I don't do this kind of stuff, then it'll just be lost. I also like to look back at it. I keep a lot of records. I keep a lot of archives. Pretty much everything I've done. I don't like losing stuff. I had a lot of times where I just don't have something saved. I'm like, oh man, I don't want to see how I did this. How I made this. Happens a lot with old songs. Also, if I lost like all of my hard drive stuff, I'd be so upset. I've got like 3,000 songs I've made. If I lost that, I would probably cry. My soul would hurt. So I keep backup. Speaking of backup, I don't think I've done that in a while. Okay, well, I guess I'll do these streams when I'm feeling down. For a way for me to speak my mind, because it does make me feel better. If anybody from the future is watching back for some reason and is interested in this, probably know me from Bone Sword. I got so many people asking me constantly, where's the next devlog? When's the next like update? Why is the game taking forever? I guess the real answer is exactly what you would expect if you've ever Something just went down my throat. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna drink some water. I think a bug. What the heck? I think I just swallowed a bug. The heck? Oh. Okay. Any dev will tell you. Why things take so long. Game dev, making a game, making a project, creative project. You don't know what you have to do. Even if you spend the time planning every single detail out, it's gonna change and it's gonna not work out the way you thought it would. Nothing works out the way it did on paper. This is true for everything that you make. And for games, people try to make, they try to write down as much as they can on paper. And every now and then they come back to the paper and change it or write more stuff down. But it's only ever on paper. And to make that not on paper, to make that real, you have to spend so much time figuring out how to bring it to life. And that's the process for every single thing you want to do. And if you aren't careful about it, it can kill the whole project, because when things get too messy, things don't work out, you don't make things the way you wanted them to be, then you're gonna lose interest. You're like, this game isn't what I wanted it to be anymore. Or this game isn't something I'm proud of anymore. And that has happened with Bone Sword. And that's when we do what we call a refactor. Change up all the code, make it the way we wanted it to be, clean up the mess. Refactor usually means code specifically. Maybe it's like a project format type of thing, but whatever. So when we say we do a refactor, that's what that means. This is true for anybody who says that. So Bone Sword has been through an uncountable amount of refactors, and this is one of the things that leads to development hell. Like, sometimes a game cannot escape that unless you start over. Luckily, that has not happened. We had to refactor like 2 or 3 times. What does that mean? Is that the follow sound? Subscribe sound? I don't know what that was. So basically, what happened to Bone Sword is that, I don't know who I'm answering this for, just saying, but I'd like to say this while I still know about it, and I don't forget about it in a decade or something. We had to rethink every single detail about the game, and there's a lot of stuff in the game. It's like 10 years old. So figuring that out alone took us like a year. Just getting everything on the paper took us like a year, and that might sound crazy, but when you're like experimenting, trying a ton of stuff out, and you're just like, man, this isn't fun. This isn't what I want to spend all this time making. Or you have to go back to the drawing board, and you have to keep doing that. It's really hard to explain. That part's so tough. That took us a year, so that was 2023 to 2024. That's what all of that time was spent doing, and plus, we were trying to make a second game. I'll say this now because that game's been indefinitely postponed. Might be cancelled. Most likely will. The game was called Marrow Blade. And we shut down Starbucks a while back, but we said we're going to make an announcement. That's what the announcement was going to be. It was going to be Marrow Blade. And a lot of my videos I talked about, oh, we're making a new game. It's a sequel to Bone Sword. It's like Bone Sword, but a new game. That's what I was talking about. That game was going to be a Souls-like. And the tech I made for it's pretty cool, but I was never interested in Dark Souls. I was doing that for someone else. And that's why I didn't pursue it. The other lead on the project really wanted to make a Souls game, and I just did not. So what ended up happening was he went on a hiatus, and I took the opportunity to work in Bone Sword again. And that game, you can tell I have a lot of stories to tell, man. There's been so much going on. So, let's do a timeline here. So, I think early 2023 we said we're going to revamp the game. So from that point on, I started working on a revamp, just a solo project. And I got pretty far. And I was like, alright, it's just the current version of the game, but nicer. It's kind of just what it was. And I almost finished it. But I moved away to work on what we called Massacre Miners 2, which eventually became Happy Industry. Massacre Miners was an old mining game we made in 2019. So it's a sequel to that. So 2023 was spent... Dang it. 2023 was spent mostly on Bone Sword, some on Marrowblade, and then near the end of 2023, I started working on Massacre Miners. And maybe that was 2024, I don't really remember. Whatever it was around that time. And that game actually went to development hell. Because I was just remaking everything over and over again. Because I kept wanting to do different things. And the stuff I made was really cool. That version of the game I ended up with is currently public. So you can play that. It's called Massacre Miners 2. It's in Wacko Mines, I think. I don't remember the group. Lock in. That was too high. Okay, so yeah, Wacko Games, I believe. Yeah, that should be the group. Massacre Miners 2 in dev, I think is what it's called. That game, I spent like 4 or 5 months on, mostly solo. I had Vinny for a little bit. That game was kind of a mess, because I tried to do so much technically difficult stuff. Stuff that just wasn't necessary. Just because I thought it'd be really cool if I could pull it off. And it was fun. I'd say that was worth it. Obviously I didn't make any money or anything. That's a huge issue. Lock-in time. I don't know what percentage that was. So you can tell how much this sucks for me, because I'm going like years with no income other than like our freaking nuke factory tycoon. I think we made that in 2 or 3 months. That is a borderline slop game. It has enough passion for it to not be slop. Because we have like high quality stuff going on. We spend a lot of time and effort on. Austin, Scarlet Skeleton. He did so many cool models. Yeah, Vinny and I, we actually worked well together on that project. We really busted that game out quickly though. It's cool. That game made like a decent amount of money. Not really enough for a year. Not like a yearly income. That's all I've released. Sucks. It is my fault that I'm not releasing more stuff. Hold on. I think it bugged. I've also made a ton of solo projects in between that time period. Dude, it's like unbelievable. And none of them came out. One of them is gonna come out soon because I decided it's probably still gonna do well. Simple game. It's called Ragdoll Golf. That game's going out soon. I don't know if I can beat this level. Ragdoll Golf was one of those purgatory projects that never came out, but I brought it back to life. All I really needed to do was add like a shop so that it felt like there's more stuff to do, be interested in. That's all that happened there. Bone Sword. So Bone Sword's a perpetual thing for me. I'm never gonna turn away from Bone Sword. I think that was 64. I was hoping I wouldn't die like that. Have to hold longer there. Bone Sword. I really don't want to be known as the Bone Sword guy, but that's okay if that's what happens. It's already how it's been. Bone Sword's kind of a... There's a silver lining to it. It is a really crappy made game, but it's got so many community contributions, which I very much appreciate, and it was made when I was a kid. That game represents a time in my life that it's very far gone. Like, I used to play RPGs before going to school. I used to get up way too early and just sit on the computer and play RPGs. Because that was the only time I got to be on the computer without anybody, like, worrying about me. That made it sound weird. What I'm saying is, like, I was like 12 years old, so people didn't really, my parents didn't want me to be on the computer all day. So, in the morning before school, nobody cared. So that was my, like, free time. So I got to play as long as I wanted. So if I got up really early, I could just play as long as I want. It's nice. I think I used to only get like 30 minutes or an hour on the computer. That's funny to think about now. I do think that's a good thing to do, a good rule to have in place. Because when you're young, you want to give yourself the best chance to experience things, because the less time you spend experiencing things as a kid, the less you're gonna have to pull from in a childhood. And I think that's important. I think it's important to have memories from that time in your life. Good experiences, they really shape who you are. It's a little bit of nostalgia, but it's mostly just like core identity things. If you don't have much going on in your childhood, then you don't have much of an identity until you find stuff. I feel like I have to talk about Bone Sword because that's like what I have going on. Everyone's like, oh, the Bone Sword, you made a Bone Sword. That's what people know about me. Talk about something else. No one's here, no one cares. Let's talk about how I feel about Rocket League. I spent a lot of my life playing Rocket League. I started playing it in 2016. I was like 13. And man, I've never stopped playing it. Never really taken a break from it either. I've had like a few months off of it, but I've been playing that pretty much consistently since 2015 or 2016. I've seen it go through a lot, and I think it's starting to die. It's kind of sad. The only reason that's happening is because there's not much left to be explored. It's had its run. It's a competitive game. There's still new stuff, new people joining, but people aren't really as interested in Rocket League as they used to be, in general. That's just how it is. I've spent so much time with that game, though. It's gonna be so sad if that game just dies, because thousands of hours of muscle memory and friggin' training and stuff, and it's just gone. Wouldn't be the first time it's happened. That sucks. Charles Fusion is dead. If the servers ever go down, like permanently, it's truly dead. There's currently an archive project going on. I don't know how much they're actually archiving, but it's a good effort. I probably only have about 1,000 hours in that game. I know that's a lot though. But compared to like top level, that's not that great. The point is, when you spend time like getting good at a game, which is a stupid thing to think about, because most people are gonna be like, why are you wasting your time in a game? What kind of skill is it to be good at a game? Wow. It's fun. That's a new way to have fun. It's not new, actually. People do that with the very first games. But I mean, if you think about it, you're playing a game to have fun. At a certain point, it's going to get boring. And the way to make it fun again is to challenge yourself. And you challenge yourself by trying to do harder things. That's all it is. I really don't know what to do in that portal. I try to hit the top of it. Starts getting more consistent. That's all I care about. What else to talk about? I think I'm a little bit crazy for wasting all my breath on this stream that no one's watching. But like I said earlier, it's just a way for me to vent. There's a lot of stuff going on in my mind. How about we talk about some real stuff? I talk about it. There's no we. I'm not going crazy here. There's no one else here. For the past 7 years, since 2018, I don't know what triggered this. I used to work on Bone Sword 2, which was a really poorly made sequel to Bone Sword. I really loved that project. Hold on. Dang it. Bone Sword 2, I really enjoyed that. That was so much fun. Of course I had issues. I was naive. You had extreme feature creep or scope creep. Kind of the same thing. Tried to add way too much crap. What? That sucks. So I've really loved that project, and that's the last time I remember having fun making a game. 2018. I've made so much stuff since 2018. And that's a horrible thing to say, isn't it? I haven't had really true fun making a game since that long ago. But I think the way that it is enjoyable has become different. It's not like a raw excitement anymore. I think that comes naturally with time. That happens naturally. The excitement used to be like, oh, I'm gonna make this big game and it's gonna be so cool. But that part of me is just long gone. These days, when I think about making a game, I'm like, okay, I can envision this. I can see it through. I can see what the finished product looks like in my head. But you can see I'm already saying words like product, and I'm thinking of like, and how much time is this gonna take? And then you get into the details, and it becomes less magic. It becomes less like, oh, this is a mystical thing that want to happen. It's more like, this is a lot of work, and now I know exactly what to do to get there. And it's demystified. And I think that makes it way less fun. It's like, people have made the comparison, I've heard before, that games are just doing a lot of magic tricks to pull off all these visual effects and everything. Especially with mirrors. You almost never see an actual rendered out mirror. It's always just another character on the other side. Maybe it's some kind of shader. They're just rendering from a different camera perspective. But it's never like ray traced. It's never the way you'd think it works as like a and so when you know all the magician's tricks, you know he's not really doing any magic. Not that I know all the magician's tricks, but I know making a game is really just a lot of work. And when you pull back the curtain, it becomes like it's really just a business. Like, you're a team putting together a product. And that's not the way I want to see it. But if you don't see it that way, then I don't know how you can finish anything, because you're always like just dreaming. And when you do that with the game, you'll never finish, because you just keep adding stuff. Your to-do list keeps getting bigger. Don't do that. I waited too long. Okay. So like, you have to see it all the way through to finish a project. Now remember, I left an open question earlier. So what's going on with Buncer, right? Why did it take so long? Why is it still taking so long? It relates to this. If you want to finish something, it's never about finishing your to-do list. You can never finish your to-do list, because you always will want to do something. What you have to do to finish a game is to make a cutoff point. A point where you're like, alright, this is good enough. This is alright. I'm okay with releasing this. I'm okay with people saying this and playing it. What? That's a very hard thing to do. It's like, you're making a painting, and at one point do you stop adding details? At one point do you stop thinking of new things to do? You're like, alright, I'm happy with people seeing my work. I'm happy with people, I'm happy with putting this up in a gallery and not touching it for a while. Well, with the painting it's a bit more obvious because you can see everything at once. With the game, there's a lot of moving parts. And with the painting, there are boundaries. You have 4 edges that you cannot paint past unless you get real creative. But the beauty of making a painting is that you have limitations. And when you're making a game, you kind of don't. So if you don't set those limitations of like, alright, I'm gonna stop making this game when it hits this point that I want it to hit, when it has these things that I want it to have, then your painting has no boundaries. Your painting has no borders. Canvas has no end. You'll paint forever. And if you just decide to stop at one point, well then you got a bunch of splotches in the middle of an infinite canvas, instead of having an unlimited canvas in the first place. It's like, for a game to come out, you really have to limit yourself in terms of time and amount of stuff that's going to be in the game. And that sounds obvious, but when you get into it, like, start writing all this stuff you want to make down, it's pretty nebulous. You have to pick a point where you're, I keep saying the same thing over and over. You have to. It's hard, man. A game, like, you could just keep adding to a game. I don't really have an analog for it. Painting is, I don't know, man. Painting is a decent analog, but like, you really can just keep adding to a game. A game can go on forever. Imagine if Deltarune had infinite chapters. You just, W Fox is like, alright, I'm just gonna keep making more. Well, the story won't go anywhere, because it'll just be like, what's going on? Once that limitation is gone, nothing really matters. I tried. So how this relates to Bone Sword. The biggest issue is that it took me a long time to figure out what I wanted to do, and I still kind of don't know what I want it to be. Because I'm not okay with it just being a regular old RPG. And I keep expanding my to-do list. I want to add a story into the game now. That was never planned, and because I added that into the game, I have to be careful. Because this could easily add a whole year to the to-do list. Writing a story and all this crap. So I'm trying to minimize things, right? I'm trying to implement a story through simple means. Like, the story's just going to be occasional dialogue. And maybe a cutscene, too. That's not too hard. I can do that. It won't take me months to make that. And that's a really hard thing to be able to do in game dev, is to make things simple. You have to be really good at taking complicated ideas, making them simple. That's what a game dev needs to know. What I've learned in 10 years of doing this crap, 11 years, you have to... Let's see, what's the simplest way I can word this? There's something that's been going around on Twitter recently, and I think it's the best way to phrase this. Make it exist first, you can make it better later. The best advice I've ever heard. And what that means for a game? How do games come out? They come out with a simple version, right? How did I not die? Holy crap. Come on. I forgot to jump. I had to remember. It took too long to remember. Okay, so how do games come out? Let's think of some hugely popular games, right? Minecraft and Terraria are very similar. Something they share in common. Okay, I know there's a lot of games share this in common. They came out, and they were really simple. I couldn't fix that, it was too high. Okay, so Terraria came out. I was there when it came out. I wasn't there when Minecraft came out. I just didn't know about it. When Terraria came out, version 1.0, all they had was one boss. I believe it was just one. I don't think they had Destroyer yet. They just had one boss. There was like caves and stuff. I don't know if they had the underworld yet. I think they did. It was just a world that generates. You can get stuff, you can get some materials. Build a house. I want to say they had the NPCs already, but it was only like the guy and the demolitionist. Maybe the nurse. And the whole game was just like, it wasn't long. It was like maybe an hour of gameplay. It's simple. You wouldn't play it for long because you'd get bored. But what they did to that game after it came out is just mind-boggling. It's like a case study for every game dev. They just kept updating it because they really loved working on that game. If they didn't love it, they wouldn't keep doing it. The game has no in-game microtransactions. It's just a game you buy. And people love it. They just wanted to make a cool game, and that's very clear. So what they did over the years was they thought, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we did, like, more bosses? What if we did, like, a big skeleton guy? What if we did, like, a wall of flesh? And then they were like, okay, what if the wall of flesh, like, adds new biomes when you kill it? So if you think about all that stuff before the game comes out, and you start writing that down, you're like, alright, this is what we're going to have in this game. Well, think about how long it took them to make those updates. It took them years. The game, I don't know how long it took for them to release it. But after it was released, we all had time to play it and enjoy it and get bored of it. And by then, they had updates, because they've been working the whole time. It's kind of amazing. You need a start before you can actually make a game. There's things you can do. You can make a prototype, but I don't think that's all that helpful. Prototypes are usually to see if there's something that's like, see if the gameplay is fun. Or to see if you can even make it. Prototype is not to see a full game through. If you want to do that, you have to limit yourself. It goes back to what I've been talking about. You have to make a cutoff point where the game is not done. The game is open-ended. Never consider a game done. Unless it's a linear game, it's like, oh, it's a story, you play through, whatever. But you could just keep adding stuff, man. You can just, as soon as you have like a V1, as I call it. Some people call it an MVP, minimum viable product, but that's too businessy for me. I don't like that. You know what Roblox is good at? Roblox is good at this. You can release a game that is not even close to done, not even playable, but it gives you the opportunity to just push out updates with little effort. Like you don't have to do much. You just have to hit a button and updates out. It's crazy. And because of that, you can make some crazy stuff really fast. Of course, Roblox is, the bar is a bit lower, the quality. But it's not really relevant to the point. You can easily put out something that's, you know, like the good starting point. A lot of people just naturally do that because they're like, this is good enough, right? That's a hard thing for I'd have to do. And once you have this game, what am I doing? Once you have this game uploaded, you can start updating it. And what's great about that is that you immediately get to see what people think about it. And you get to see if they like it. If they stick around, they start playing more, the player count goes up. You can directly just join the game, ask them, what do you think about the update? People are going to be biased when they see the creator of the game, but I think most people are honest. A lot of people are brutally honest. But Roblox is a place like none other. Other than maybe itch.io. You can just push out updates. It's just amazing. What the heck? That's how you make a game. You make a game by updating it. You do not make a game by hunkering down for years and just releasing it when it's done. Because unless you are rich, you're not going to make it like that. It's too hard. You have to be like, you have to have a steady income during that time, and you have to have a team, otherwise it's going to take like 8 years. There are cases where people have done that with the new Hollow Knight game. I don't actually know anything about Hollow Knight, but they pulled it off, and it's very respectable. I need water. Releasing a game in a roundabout way, I finally got to this point, it's not like painting. You can use painting as an analogy, but you cannot release an unfinished painting. It has to be done because people are going to grow to like it the way it is. You're not going to go and change the painting afterwards. I don't know what happened. Dang it. Releasing a game is a tinkering process that everyone gets to witness, because once you have a playable game, that is not where you want it to be. And as long as it's not a linear story game that you have to have everything done initially for. Most games can survive and will thrive if released too early. In a state where it needs updates. Because then people will be waiting for it. And they'll be like, okay, this game is cool. I'll be looking forward to the update. If it never comes, your game's dead. That's just how it goes. But if you do, if you do start, like, doing updates in a way that people don't think you're dead, like maybe once every few months is probably the minimum. Lock in! I don't know why I died. I'm not good at that. But if I was good at that, then I would have a pretty big game. Like, imagine if I was updating the game every month. Just like once a month. That's feasible. Could be small. But think about how many months I've gone without updating that game. On Sword. Think about how much stuff I would have going on. I don't actually care about it right now, because I've been spending those months in different places. The point is, if you want to have a lot of stuff in the game, do not do it on day one. I think I hit the orb too early. My voice is getting really dry. I'm not used to talking this long. I think I've said everything I want to say. Now that I've formulated these thoughts, I'll know how to give people game dev advice. uh, I'm losing a little bit of consistency here. Hello, Vandal. You came at a good time. I just stopped rambling. Ow. This is my current progress. 67. I probably would have beat the level if I didn't forget how to do that part. There's a part where you have to jump right after the transition. Forgot to do it. That was a long time ago. I haven't got that far in a while. The start is getting pretty consistent. Way more consistent than it was. That yellow portal jump is the worst part. I'm not very consistent with that. The timing is just too tight. I think that part's bugged. I don't know what's going on with it. I keep dying in this weird way I don't understand. Once I get past that ball part though, the rest of the level should be free. Having fun. I'm having more fun with this than Acropolis. This is way more enjoyable. I'm not in a VC, no. As long as you don't play soundboards, we can go in a VC. So soundboards are gonna get me banned. Unless I mute them. Hold on. What if I mute them? What if I mute them? I don't know where it is. Soundboard. Boom. No more soundboards. I still don't want to just go on a public VC though. Do you just want a VC one-on-one? I feel like streaming in a public VC is just a stupid idea. Okay. Hello.
Hi.
I've been talking so much that my voice is starting to go.
Oh, is it? Oh. Yeah, your progress is pretty good so far. How many attempts?
I have no idea. 1500.
I'm not load up genie myself. Oh, the stream delay, it's like a whole 10 seconds more.
YouTube is pretty rough with that.
I used to have a 5-second delay when I was streaming with RBS.
I think you can choose a setting for it.
Yeah, there is. It also just depends on your streaming card.
Dang it. That ball transition's getting me.
You've been streaming for a bit over an hour and a half.
Or I haven't checked the time at all. I got like 40 something right when I started streaming. So the progress has been kind of slow. It was literally in like
Honestly,
my third attempt.
Yeah, when I used to stream, I used to like underperform because I don't know.
I think I'm doing about the same. This level it's not very demanding. It's just got really awkward timings. The most demanding part is the last duel. I hate that UFO part. That's the only part I genuinely hate. I'll play it a little bit longer until I get bored.
Yeah.
Is that a coin? No. This doesn't have coins.
Could have sworn I had one.
Maybe it does.
No, mine just doesn't have any. Yeah.
That part has to be bugged. I don't know why I'm dying. I remember to jump and not to do the timing. I think the mirror portal is the reason I died. It's a new best.
Yeah.
If I can get past that, I'll be set. I think my best when I started this stream was like 30.
Oh, okay, so that actually is really decent progress. We're only an hour and a half of playtime. Pretty good.
Oh, I also have I have it set to take half a second to respawn instead of 1 second, so I'm gonna die a lot quicker. Dang it, I was hoping the Burba tent would make it. Wait, what the heck? I just got robbed. I remembered what to do too, that sucks. That sucks, I had real potential to make it.
Yeah, you just got robbed. What the hell happened?
Stop killing me there. He was dying at the wave part. I don't know how he was dying there. I've never died there.
The wave car? At like
Yeah.
70?
He was dying like at the start of the wave part. I can understand if he gets mad at the wave to ball transition, that sucks. But the wave part? I don't know, man. It's just a corridor. I've had 3 attempts get to the end. 2 of them was because I forgot to jump. One was because I got robbed. Should have a good 3rd one. Or a good 4th one. I hate that. I don't know why. I don't know why that kills you. I don't know what to do when I get in that situation. Just die. As many attempts as I spent on this, I don't think it's that hard.
Yeah.
It's like just right for me though. It's really hard to find that kind of level. I thought I had the button held down. Oops. One of these attempts will make it. I want to get further than 70 at least. Having some real weird looking wave parts. That portal, man. I think I just died to the wave part 5 times in a row.
Damn. The first wave part's kind of annoying.
It's just that portal. It really doesn't help you. Oops, I jumped too early. Oh, that's okay. I kind of panicked. That's a good percentage. I'd be surprised if I never died there, too. That's pretty much the end of the level, though.
Yeah, it really is.
I wasn't prepared for the mini wave. I kind of forgot that was there. So it's mini wave, and then you go into the big wave portal, and then you go into the dual mini ship. Or that you go into this weird corridor with the big ship first. Then you got the dual mini. I don't remember what's after that. Oh yeah, the normal ship. That part's really tight, right at the end. I'm probably gonna die there. It's gonna be really sad. I have to fluke it. There's a straight fly at the end. It's just really easy, but if you're not prepared for it, you could die to it. Okay. The whole level is in my brain. I wish the start wasn't so inconsistent. It's just the freaking portal right there that sucks. I'm not very good at the ship. This is the boring part. Trying to get back to the end.
Yeah. It's just like, when I was playing it, I was just like dying at the start.
Yeah. Okay, I got robbed.
Happens. Oh no.
That's the part that I can understand getting mad at. 'Cause sometimes it just kills you.
Transition off to the wave? Yeah.
You have to hit the right part of the portal, and you have to be going up. Oh, that's sad. I knew what to do, I just died. Bit too early. I'm getting pretty far in the level, though. I really wish the star was more consistent. I had a couple of times where I was just getting right through the start, though. I think you have to be going up in that portal, too. But you can't really control it. It's a mini-wave. Kinda just end up where you end up. I should be able to get past the last mini-wave because as long as you're prepared for it, it's easy. What am I doing? I kept looking at that room and I was like, I want to press it. Why am I getting a call? From Kinder. What?
Getting a call?
What the heck?
That's
He just said, he sent a Mr. Beast tweet. Mr. Beast said, oh, let me read it. He said, if I offered you $1 million, but you only keep it if the first person you call answers, who would you call?
and he picked you.
He picked me. He picked the wrong person. I'd call my mom. Your mom's not gonna have a good relationship with my mom. I should make that clear. Someone who cares about you. I call Rap Top.
Cool, Rob Top.
He's got a big leg spike. Almost killed me. Well, I got no one to blame for that one. I'll do a couple more attempts past the weird ball transition.
Yeah.
After that, I'll probably come back to it later tonight or tomorrow.
That wave fucking transition into the portal was so bad.
I know, it's so stupid. That's the type of thing you'd be like, alright, I should probably put some invisible blocks.
Yeah, like something that actually like stop me from dying.
If that part alone was, like, nerfed, I would have gotten, like, 20 more attempts into the end.
But I mean, it's an old level, so I don't blame it.
I mean, surely the verifier was like, oh, this sucks. If they even
Dude, no,
legitimately
verify where it
verified it.
was.
A lot of levels from this period were just hacked. Yeah, I'm starting to not have as much fun. I'll do one more attempt to pass the ball. That second ball.
One more.
I didn't get past it. Just kind of died on it. Found a way to make that UFO pretty consistent. There it is. Last attempt. Ah, that's a sad way to end it. I knew what to do, and the timing's just really late. It's kind of dangerous to look at Geometry Dash comments on stream.
Yeah.
Okay, stream ending.
But you'll be fine. Bye, stream.